We're gonna get this thing going. I figured out some of these have these trays. I've got the drive down in here, just sitting in it. This one, I moved some other stuff around. Another thing I didn't really like is I don't like this motherboard having to run all these gigantic fans, and a bunch of this has adapters for the power supply. So this one here and this one back here are running. You can see the little thing. They're running off of that. I think this audio is hooked correctly. I don't know. I don't know what AC97 is. I can't remember. It says HD audio right there. But I don't know what's on the board. So I'm trying to just stop from having the board run all the power to the fans in case it's too much. There's 2 power fans and 2 chassis fan ports and 2 an optional CPU port. I don't know what the difference between a chassis fan and a power fan is. I would think that a chassis fan is the case. A power fan would have to be something completely different. But anyway, probably just optional cooling. And there's another fan that goes on the side here. And actually, I'm not going to have anywhere to plug it in the way I've it set up. So I don't know about these giant fans and how much they draw, if they're hard on the motherboard or not. I'd prefer not to have them running off of the deal. Probably, I think the one in the front and the one in the back should be controlled by the computer, and the top and the side could be just its own deal. But anyway, let's see if we can get this thing to work. All right. The screen usually comes up so fast you can't read it, but I just hit delete to try and get into it. Okay, there we go. The other drive's not coming up for some reason. It's just showing up as a Ubuntu when I click on it, but there's literally 5 or 6 Linux distros on it. Let's go ahead and move the Sans disk over here. And we'll see if it boots or not. Nope. So either it's just not able to boot from that thing, or I don't know what the deal is. So I'm trying to see what we have here. So we have a chassis fan and a power fan on this thing. Okay. F8. Interesting. So if we do this, it's not going to work. It just keeps going to Ubuntu. Yeah. I'm not using this disk, so I'm going to disconnect it because it's causing me grief. So let's go ahead and shut this thing off. And the one right here. I hate to do it like this, but I don't want to sit here and play around with this thing all day. It should boot from the stick now because there's nothing else for it to boot for. There's a blank drive in there and the stick. So apparently it doesn't like that disc, and I think the issue is that that disc didn't ever write right. So I have to go back to the drawing board and flash this thing with Balena etcher probably. We'll catch you guys later. Didn't work, sorry.